What's up, Cloud Life? It's Overflow Nexus, the channel of faith, trading, and wealth, giving you the latest and greatest updates on the financial markets. And today I'm going to be teaching y'all how to use Ichimoku using multiple time frame analysis. What's up? How you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing well. Appreciate y'all for joining the stream tonight. God bless you guys. Darcy is saying, my bank is going cashless end of September. I don't want this. Yeah, I feel you on that because you know what a cashless society means. So I assume that that's the reason why you don't want a cashless bank is because you know that there's gonna be more control over your finances. But you could tell me if I'm wrong. That's what I'm thinking anyway, because I do know where this cashless society is heading. It's heading to a more controlled society. So that's why me personally I wouldn't like it. But yeah, you said yep. Okay, yeah, so yeah, we're on the same page then because we know this is not going to end well for uh those that are in that those that know where this crypto space is going, where this cashless society is headed to. So yeah, it's only gonna get worse. But hey, that's what the Word of God says. It's only gonna get worse anyway. We just need to prepare and prep ourselves for what's to come. So I'm not sure yet how to get around that, but I'm pretty sure there's going to be a way around that. And anyway, God's gonna provide for His people anyway. So that's what I believe. But how is everybody doing? I see that there's a few people on. I don't know if there's anybody watching from Twitch. I do know I have some people watching from YouTube. I am double streaming. I'm on Twitch and YouTube at the same time, so I might be going back and forth with Twitch comments and YouTube comments, so bear with me. But other than that, how's everybody doing? Say what's up. Tell me where you're from. Drop your city in the chat. Like the video and help the algorithm bring some more people on here so we could have conversation and talk. I'm gonna save. I told y'all last live stream that I was saving a topic for another day. I'm just prepping. I have like a lot, like a list. Like, let me see how many topics I have written down. Let's see. I have like 12 topics written down for my live streams, and man, I got so much stuff that I want to talk about and that I have been putting on the back burner, but it's something that I've been feeling like an urge to talk about a lot of things. So I will be speaking a lot more about different things on this channel instead of just currency and finance and trading. Let me see who else is on here. We got BK from uh, Tucson. I hope I said that right. Hey, what's up, CG? How you doing? LFG. Okay, got you. But yeah, I appreciate y'all for joining. But yeah, what I was gonna say, I have a lot of topics that I want to cover besides trading, investing, and I really think like I don't know, but for me, like I have so much things I want to share and speak on, and the best place to use your voice is your social media platform, whether that be Instagram, whether that be Twitter, whether that be YouTube, Facebook. Not really Facebook because Facebook censors your stuff and shadow bans, so not really Facebook. But other than that, other social media platforms are pretty much a little bit better than Facebook when it comes to getting your voice out there. But there is a lot of topics that I do want to cover, so I might start, dimming it down on trading. I will still do trading topics. Don't get me wrong. That's still, the foundation, part of the foundation of this channel. But I'm definitely gonna put some more content out besides trading content. Restless Native, what's up? How you doing? You said, hey Cash, glad to be finally catching a live stream. Oh yeah, thank you for catching the live stream. I was also talking about last live stream. I'm thinking about doing 2 live streams a day, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'll do one in the morning and one in the evening. just because I know I have people from different time zones watching. So I want to, just get everybody involved and come to a. It said, I looked at my analytics for my channel. It says most of my viewers are on in the morning around between the time of I think 9 o'clock and 12 noon, which I was surprised about because I'm like, isn't everybody working at that time? So I assumed that that'd be a pretty good time to do live streams as well. But I'm still trying to figure everything out in that regard. Trying to figure out if I'm gonna how early to do the live streams and what time to do them. If I'm gonna do it early in the morning, so that's gonna be something I do focus on. But the next, let me see, what was the next topic that I was gonna? So depending on my guest speaker, because I will have a guest speaker, hopefully for my next stream. The next topic I will be talking about will be uh, identifying manipulative people and dealing with them. So that's a topic that I do have. Hopefully, my guest speaker will be joining me, but if not, then hey, I'll just figure out the next thing to do, because I definitely I want to get different voices on my channel, talk to different people, get different perspectives on things. Uh, the foundation is still Jesus Christ, so that's not going to change. But I still want to hear different voices in people, see why people think the way they do, talk the way they do, and whatsoever. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Let's see. Torre said in his video yesterday that he bought at 37 cents. Why do you think that is 37 cents? I would have to look at the chart. Today I'm not gonna really go over technical analysis today. I'm just gonna be teaching y'all how to look at Ichimoku and how to trade it with multiple charts. But I could look at XRP as an example. So yeah, we could do that and see what he was seeing in the market. Maybe he was just buying just because two reasons. Because he does troll a lot, so he trolls a lot on Twitter, so he could have done that. But also because there is signs of bullish momentum in the market. I was telling my students to be careful about the market, especially if it breaks. Because I said if it breaks a certain level, the price could go between the 32, not the 32, the 42 to 60 cent range in the student Discord. But I said that's only if it breaks key levels. But we'll see what happens on the chart. I don't think it's gonna happen personally. I just think that people are going to be stuck in limbo when it comes to in XRP, and then after that, then we'll see what happens. But who knows at this point? But let me see. Let me go ahead and jump to the charts and see what is happening over there too. Because right now I'm looking at the weekly time frame on XRP, and it's very interesting. I'll explain my thought process on that too. So let me go ahead and do that. All right, so I will do analysis on XRP real quick before I get into like education today, and then I'll go into more detail on what I have in store for you guys today. So looking at XRP on the weekly time frame, what I am seeing and the thoughts behind why he probably is thinking buy, because we trade two different styles, but the reason what I'm seeing, which lines up with what he's saying in buying it, uh, is right here. We're still stuck inside this mother stick candle. Well, you could say mother stick, but more so, let me tighten it up. It's still a ranging market right here. If I zoom in, you could tell that the market's still ranging within this green box. It's wicking out, but technically it's still ranging within this box. So what I was seeing here, if price breaks above our red line, excuse me, based off the last session we have, I was teaching you how to trade the red line only. If price breaks above the red line and you see it's rejecting at this red line, the Tinkinson, if price breaks above here, we could start moving back up towards the 60 cent to, let's see, 54 cent level. And even right here at this high point at 43 cents. So 43 cents all the way to 60 cents is our range where price could technically move up. However, we're seeing rejection already. So depending on how this weekly candle closes, I personally don't think it's gonna close bullish. Well, it might close bullish, but if it closes bullish, it's gonna have some rejection, like we're currently seeing. So that's what I'm currently seeing here currently, just based off the weekly structure. Another thing is if you zoom out, really zoom out here, and pay attention to this level right here. This whole area, honestly, is an order block area right there. So let me take this red line off. So price is holding at this order block already. You see that it's rejecting here. So that's why the market's having a hard time figuring out if it's wants to move up or down or not. It's just in a tight range. And if you see on the weekly chart as well, you see buyers are coming in on the weekly as well, right in here. So you see that each bar is getting higher and higher. So the question now that remains for XRP is if the market is going to, buyers are going to get absorbed in the market. Now, if buyers get absorbed in the market, this is going to show that sellers are going to take control and absorb them and then push back lower. But we don't know what's going to happen yet. We have to wait till this weekly candle closes anyway. We can't make, calls too early. That's not responsible. But looking at it, it is saying that the market does want to move up higher just because it's out of equilibrium. When you see the blue line and the red line this far apart, let me go over this real quick so y'all could be at a better understanding of what I'm trying to say. If you see this formation where the blue line is this far from the candlestick or from the red line, this means price wants to move either to the blue line, to the halfway point, or move up a little bit before moving down. So we could get a lot of things, or we could just break to the upside. So we have a lot of options here on what price can do. That's why, and from my analysis, based on what he's saying, I do agree with what he's saying, but there's some conditions that need to be met. Now, heading down to the daily, since we're using multiple time frame analysis in this video today, this teaching today, I see that it is a possibility because if you look here, what's happening, let me fix this real quick. Let me fix this real fast because there's a lot going on in here. So we do this, since this is the high here, let's go back to the daily. If you look here, we're still technically in this box. And so if you look on the daily time frame, we actually might bounce off our red line and move higher. Like I said, we had buyers coming in on the weekly time frame. And if you look at the daily time frame, you still see buyers are still a lot more in control right here. You see this happening. Let me see, who is that? What is that? So somebody, I don't even know who this is. Somebody on Twitch sent me a long message. I'm not gonna read all that because that's a really long message. But something about Olympus and TikTok and viewership. But I'll have to read that later. That threw me off because I was not expecting a long chat comment like that. But anyway, point is, we see buyers been coming into the market since the beginning of the month right here. And you see it's been going up, 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 up. And so now you see buyers are still trying to maintain their position. Currently right now we have a golden cross on Ichimoku, right? So we have the red line crossing the blue line right here. So using multiple time frame analysis based off the weekly, we're using the weekly and the daily combined, right? So we see buyers coming in on the weekly. So that's a good sign. And then when you come to the daily, you do see buyers are still here. Now the question is, can we break above this zone? So let's take this off for a moment. Let's get rid of this. Let's clear things up. we do see that buyers are having a hard time a little bit, and I'll show you why. They're failing to break above this level here. Because you see we got rejected here, and really, I could zone this whole thing, but that's got to be, like, I could zone it like this, but that doesn't really benefit nobody. But I'll leave it like this for now. We have to get above this zone to continue to the upside. Right now, we are seeing the price hold here, so we're seeing a potential in-wave structure. So we have this up leg coming, retracement, and we could get this move back up, which will take us to 43 cents. Or let's see, I'm going to say about right here, which is about the 42, 43 cent level up here. So we could get that. We could very much get that. We need to see how this daily candle is going to close as well, which will be tomorrow. We have 22 hours for this candle to close. Then also we have the weekly candle that needs to close as well, which will be on Sunday. So right now we are seeing that the market does want to push higher, but will we get that? That's the next question. Looking at the current market based off Ichimoku, we do have that golden cross. The cloud is starting to twist, which is saying that we're starting to get bullish. You see momentum on William percent R still up here. So if we do bounce back above the negative 20 level up here, then most likely you'll see price want to push to the upside. So we can definitely get that. But here's what I'm seeing on the 4 hour. All right, because I'm in a short right now for two reasons. All right, so let me take Ichimoku off. Let me show you this. Oops, wrong thing. Let me show you this. We have a head and shoulder pattern right here, right? We have this head and shoulder pattern. So what needs to happen for this head and shoulder pattern to be accurate? We need to see it break this green zone to the downside, which is the neckline of the head and shoulder right here. So far that hasn't happened yet. Price needs to break the 34 cent 947 level. Once price breaks that level, that's when we'll know that price will drop. Other than that, so far the market's still holding this structure level. We're still seeing bulls come into the market. If you look here on the 4 hour, I might actually close my short positions now that I'm seeing this. Looking here, you see buyers are coming into the market. So we're gonna have to see how this time frame plays out. The 4 hour time frame plays out, and see if we're gonna hold and move up, or break through this level. Right now we got a death cross for the 4 hour time frame, but I wouldn't want to trade this just now based off the Chiku span or green line. When you see the green line entering inside the candlestick, this is showing you that there's going to be consolidation. So if you really break this down, let's say we take this off, right? If you really pay attention here, look what the market's doing. It's really ranging here. Actually a little bit higher. It's just a little bit higher, about right here. So the market's ranging in here right now. I'm using this as a safety net too, because this is still structure. Once the price breaks underneath this line, then price will definitely move lower. But right now we're still above the cloud. We got a bearish cross right now. What we would like to see for this to drop, we want to see it come down and stay underneath this red and blue line. So let me take this off so I can explain this too, so I can make sure y'all are on the same page. Take all that off. So if price stays underneath this red and blue line and it starts to move sideways for like the next 16 hours or so, what we'll see, we'll see buyers get absorbed in the market based off our CVD. Then we'll see a drop, something like this. That's what I'm anticipating to on happening. I want to see it for myself before I claim that, because right now this is a anybody's market. Right now this is either buyer's market or a seller's market. Right now it's 50-50. What I do like about this is just waiting to strike. Right now, if I'm going to take a trade here, I want to see how the next candle is going to form, because we're showing bearish signs on the 4 hour, right? Despite the daily time frame and the weekly saying that we're bullish, despite that we're still, you know, seeing that we have some bears still in the market trying to take over. You see, if we stay underneath here and the cloud starts to flip over, you're going to see bulls lose the edge, sellers take control. But right now, we still have bulls really fighting to keep this market afloat right now. So it's a waiting game. Right now, it's 50-50. Using Ichimoku showing me that it's 50-50 right now, especially because the market's consolidating. I want to see I want to see sellers really show a convincing candle, like a bearish engulfing candle, before even considering a short. So that's what I'm thinking on this market for XRP. Darcy said you're off the bed. Okay. All right. Thanks for joining. I hope you join again. I appreciate you giving me your time, and I will see you in the next stream. All right. Peace. But to everybody else that's still watching, I just want y'all to know that XRP is in a very interesting space, especially actually the whole crypto space is in a very interesting space. Um, I want to. I may look at the news. I don't normally look at news when I trade, because anybody that been trading for a long time knows that news is smoke screen. It doesn't really affect the market too much. You could have bullish news and the market won't move an inch. And you could have bearish news and the market won't move an inch. So news is just a smoke screen. They just wait till it lines up with the chart, and then they'll have something happen, and boom, the market will move how it wants to move, and you'll be in the right side or the wrong side at the wrong or right time. So trading is a sketchy game. I'll just say that trading is definitely not for everybody. It's a mentally grueling game, especially if you are a retail trader. But right now, I'll tell you another reason why it's 50-50. You have a bearish cross here, my bad, a bearish cross here, but you're still above the cloud. So this is a weak signal. But here's the thing, price is still remaining under here, and it has not crossed back above. And we don't have a golden cross yet, so we're still good to think the market has a chance to go short. There is no divergence here. The only thing we really have is that um, head and shoulder pattern. But other than that, that's really it. Ooh, excuse me. Y'all, I went to bed so late last night. I was playing some Apex. Those that don't know what Apex is, it's a online shooter where you play with a team, and it's a team game. And I was playing it for a while last night, up until maybe like 2. I let time get too far, so I was like, no, I need to go to bed. So I am a little tired, but I did, get my little nap earlier today, so I'm not too bad. But looking at this, the market is still showing us, hey, we still need to wait. So what I want to teach y'all today is how to, because I know a lot of people have a lot of confusion when trading with Ichimoku, which I understand why, because it can be super confusing looking at it and you like, oh, I don't want to trade this. But when you break it down and learn every single component by itself, it's actually a lot simpler than it really is made out to be. So what I'm going to do, I'm gonna just pick a random chart. Let's go with, let's see. Let's go with, what's a good chart to look at? Let's look at Solana. All right, we're gonna look at Solana. We're not gonna have no bias here. We're just gonna look at it, and I'm gonna just rewind to a random spot, just a random spot. Okay. So here's the thing. Let me go back one more candle. I already know what's gonna happen here, but I wanna show you something. Let's see. You said this is where we're going to 100,000 XRP. Good night. Yeah, that's what you think so? Yeah, everybody has some interesting perspective on XRP. Nobody really knows what's gonna happen. But hey, if it happens, hey, it happens. But the thing about that, for it to move that much overnight, that would mean that there's a lot of price manipulation and a lot of buyers at one time, which is strange because there's really only three exchanges where you could buy XRP, which wouldn't make any sense for price to move that hard overnight unless there was big money coming in all at one time. So if people really know how the market works and people are not in denial, if price was to move up that high overnight, that means the market was manipulated. And as we all know, a lot of things are playing behind the scenes. But markets should not ever move that hard overnight. That's just reality of economics anyway and trading charts. So for it to move that much, that means there's a lot of inside traders and people that are in the know about something that shouldn't be. But anyway, that's an interesting one. You said 10 cents. Well, hey, 10 cents. Hey, 10 cents, 100K, 10K. It's hey, whatever direction it moves, it moves. So hey, I'm gonna figure out how to make money, whatever direction it goes. What I'm gonna try to make that money, whether it goes up or whether it goes down. That's all. I mean, hey, we're all in for the same thing. But let me show y'all what I want to teach y'all. So when it comes to Ichimoku, I want to break this down. I want to show you something real quick. So let's actually, leave this. Let's take off the other lines. Let's focus on the cloud. All right. So let's say we're focusing on the cloud. So according to Ichimoku rules, if you're below the cloud, you're thinking bearish, look for bearish opportunity. If you're above it, you're looking for bullish opportunity. So right here, since we're underneath the cloud, right on the cloud, we're thinking short here. And let me change this. All right, much better. So we're thinking short in this bubble. All right. So if you were to take a short here, you will look at your reasons why. Okay. So you are underneath the cloud. That's one. Two, you have a bearish cloud that's formed. Even if you're underneath the cloud and the bearish cloud hasn't formed, you're still thinking bearish. Just to let y'all know. But even more confirmation because we have a big giant bearish cloud. Now let's add on the other components slowly. All right. So let's add on the red line and the blue line. So here, the red line and the blue line. So technically, if you're looking at this, you're still thinking bearish, even if price was above the blue line here. Let me show you why. So we're gonna take off the cloud now because I have to break everything down so y'all understand what I'm saying. So let's say we take off the clouds, right? The reason why this would still be bearish because the overall direction of the crossover right here was bearish. See this? We had a bearish cross right here. It never crossed back over each other. So we're still thinking bearish and we're underneath the cloud too. All right. So when you see that, since this is still bearish over this cross and we haven't crossed bullish yet, still thinking bearish. So let's go back to the Ichimoku clouds. So here, so we see that we're bearish here. The next thing that we want to identify is going to a smaller time frame. So if you're going to use multiple time frame analysis with Ichimoku, you're saying, okay, you have to trade like this. Whatever the higher time frame is saying is the direction that you want to trade on the lower time frame, or look for an opportunity to trade like that on the lower time frame. You don't have to trade multiple time frames with Ichimoku, but if you do, this is how you would want to do it. So we see that we're bearish here. So if I go down to the 4 hour, I'm looking for a bearish opportunity, right? So I know the cloud is right here based off the daily. So I'll mark this line right here. Yeah, this flat line. If you ever use Ichimoku, put vertical lines or horizontal lines on the flat parts of the cloud and mark it, right? So I'm gonna type this up: daily Kumo resistance. All right. So I know that this line represents resistance. So if I go back down to the 4 hour, look what's happening here. You see that price came above it, but got rejected and broke underneath our daily Kumo resistance right here, based off the 4 hour time frame. Now let's see, is there any other reasons why? Because if you're looking at this on the 4 hour time frame, you're thinking long. You see why you're thinking long? Because you're above the cloud. This is why a lot of people don't like trading with Ichimoku, because there's like contradictions, and the reason why is because people don't understand the contradictions of the market. And that's why you have to get more knowledge on something before you just trade it. You don't just trade it because you have a limited knowledge. You have to keep on increasing your knowledge on how to trade it. So right here we see that market is breaking beneath the daily resistance. It broke above, then broke back underneath. But what's another reason? Let's see. So we see here, if we are looking, we see that there is some bearish divergence at resistance here. So this is a sign here. So when you see this, you see sellers are coming into the market. You had a sell volume bar that sellers were definitely in the market. That's why you had this bearish engulfing candle. You don't have momentum here, but you do have the willing percenters giving you a signal to short right on this candle right there. So what you could do, if you want to be an aggressive trader without trading the momentum of the market, what you could do is put your entry right there and stop loss above the high. All right. So you could do this. Now, if you do that, you do run the risk of getting your stop loss hits because you're not trading momentum. But that's fine when you trade the market tight, all right? And just have good risk management so it won't really be a problem. It's showing you here that the market's still bullish on the 4 hour, but the daily is telling you it's bearish. So you trade the direction of the higher time frame. If this is the weekly time frame and you're trading the weekly chart and you go down to the daily to trade, you trade the direction of the bigger time frame. So when we're trading the daily of Solana here underneath the cloud, we're thinking short. We go to the 4 hour. We're looking for short opportunities and see if there's any reason why, or if there's alignment with it saying based off the higher time frame. So here we have bearish divergence. So it is aligning with the higher time frame. So you put your entry here, stop loss there. You run the trade. The next candle, you'll be straight in profit with a little bit of rejection. All right. Still in profit with some rejection. And notice what the cloud is doing right here. It's starting to flatten out. And now look what's happening. You have momentum now on your side right here. As long as it stays underneath here, down in this area, this negative 20 level or 80 level, then you're good. All right. But right now you have to pay attention to it. So here, market moves again. So here, this is where you might get a little worried because it's starting to move back up. Momentum's not on your side as much, but it's you see buyers. Let me show you this. You see buyers are trying to fight right here. Buyers are fighting here, here, and here, which is why you see the market flattening out right there. So let's go back. Cloud is still flat. So let's keep on playing. Boom. Next candle, you got a bearish engulfing candle. And look what happens. You have momentum back on your side again. So technically, this could be your next short. Say if you missed this one. This could be your short entry right here if you missed it. So you could put an entry right there. Let's go ahead and say, let's say we did that. Entry there. And how would you put your stop loss? You would clone, let's say we clone this line. We move it up above this candle. That would be our stop loss right there. So this will be your first entry up here. This will be your second entry if you missed it. All right, because you're trading the momentum now. And you see sellers are starting to come into this market. Look at the bar. Look at what the bar is doing. We're sloping down. All right. And this is using multiple time frame analysis. And then boom. That second entry would have got you into profit. Now look here. Look what's happening. This is why you really got to know the system. All right? Because right here you see the blue line is just like how the market is now. You see how the blue line is flat and it's far away from the price. We may get a push to the upside. Another reason why is because we see buyers coming into the market here. Right? So what we want to do, we want to see what's going to happen here, if price is going to push up before it pushes back lower, or if we're going to continue lower. So let's see. So price did move up a little bit. And then you see, no, price got rejected and came back underneath. And then we got some momentum based off this candle, but let's see if that happens. This is saying right here that buyers got absorbed. The reason why you see buyers got absorbed here, you see how buyers were coming into the market, right? Let me show you this. Buyers were coming into the market. You formed this buying bar right here, but look what happened. Sellers came in immediately after buying volume came in. After buyers showed themselves, sellers immediately came in on this candle right here. And I'll show you. And you see that right there. Said, nope, getting rejected. Boom. So technically, if you wanted to, you could put another entry underneath this candle. Let the market trigger you in. Stop loss. Let's say we put our stop loss at this high. So that's how we would play this. And we're gonna see what happens here. If we're gonna be a winning trade or a losing trade here. So it never triggered. It's still fighting underneath the cloud. Still fighting. We never got triggered in, but since it's way up here now we can see if we make a double top and get rejected here. Sellers are coming in. Let's see what happens. So since we got rejection here now, we could put our entry up here with a tighter stop loss right there. So now we could play it like this. Entry, move our entry up a little bit higher. Stop loss right there. Walk the market down. Let's see what happens. So now you got triggered in. Now you're in profit. You're in profit. And then the trade goes. And you're good. So you got in the trade right here. Your stop loss was here. It didn't hit your stop loss. It moved down, it moved sideways, and then it dropped. And then you got, look how many positions we had in just one trade. Our first entry was up here. Our second entry was right here. Our third entry was right here, and they're all in profit. So if you were to trade this, let's say if you did take all your profit down here, your first position that you had from up here would have been a 25% trade. All right. So that's not bad. Your second position right here, down. Let's make sure I get it right. Would have been a 21% trade. And then your third position, let's see, would have been a 16% trade, almost 17% really. Would have been, so you had a pretty good trade here. So if you know what you're looking for in the market, you know how to get into these big trades. So let's go back to that daily. So since you see here on the daily now, so your entry was way up here. You had three other entries. So let's say you were still holding this trade. How would you find your targets? Now using Ichimoku wave theory, you would find your targets like with Fibonacci extensions. These will be your target points. So let's say if you held the trade. So you hit your first target. So you could have taken all your profit if you wanted to. You hit your second target here. So you're still good in the trade. Let's keep going. See how it never got back above the cloud here. So you're still holding the overall direction of the market. So you could be entering in more positions on the 4-hour time frame based off the daily's direction. So you're still in this trade technically. So let's see how far we go. You could close your profit here, but we're looking to see if price breaks back above the cloud to close our profit. So you're still holding this trade. Still holding this trade. So here, now once price got here, you might consider taking your profit, all your profit, because we're getting closer to breaking. So there's different rules for exiting the market with Ichimoku. You could actually have closed your profit all the way here, honestly. But let's see what where the market's at. So now let's go back a little bit. Right here. This is where you would have closed all your profit. Right here. So your trade lasted from this point, let's see, yeah, this point all the way to here. So if we were to look at that on the 4-hour, how much profit would that have been? So let's move this over. All the way down to here. That would have been a 38% profit trade right there. So if you're margin trading, that would have been even more profit because you're multiplying that percentage with leverage. So that would have been a huge trade had you taken that. So let's go back to the daily. And at this point, you'd be out of the trade and free of the market. So now the question is, would you trade to the upside or downside at that point? At this point, you take your profits, run with the market, and you're done. So why did it reject here? Let's take a look here. Why the market reject here? Let's go here. I'm gonna highlight this spot now. So is everybody getting this lesson? I just want to make sure that we're understanding what's going on here. I want to make sure if you have any questions, feel free to type your questions in the chat. I know that I don't normally do lessons, so I do want y'all to take advantage of this. But if it's too fast, let me know. If it's just right, let me know. I want to make sure that we're understanding what I'm saying to you guys and that it makes a lot of sense. Just making sure. But anyway, let me go ahead, go to the weekly. So if you look at the weekly time frame, notice what's happening here. This is interesting. It's interesting how Ichimoku works. It's just understanding the basics first. So the overall direction on the weekly technically was bullish, but look what happened here. You have a death cross. Price came down, came back up to this level. But look what happened at this level. There's structure at this level. There's market structure here. And also there's a order block, a weekly order block here. So you see price rejected here, and then you see what happened. Boom. So if I was to take Ichimoku off, you see that there's an order block, a bearish order block. Price came back to retest because it came down, moved down a little bit, moved back to test it. Boom, broke back down again. So that's why the market ended up dropping to the downside with Solana here. Also, if you look at it, the death cross, it did come back above the cloud, but immediately it came back down and got rejected at this level. Also, it stayed underneath the blue line as well, saying that the market's still overall bearish. So this is letting you know that the market is still holding for a short. And then you go to the daily. This was that area that we were looking at. So let's see if we can find why the market went short here. Using multiple time frame analysis, we went to the weekly, now we're on the daily. If you come here, let me see. You see, let me show you why the market had a sell-off. You see right here, sellers came into the market. Boom. Sellers came into the market. Each bar got lower and lower. So that's something you have to take into consideration too. The market did show that there was some bearish divergence at this resistance here, which was the weekly order block resistance. That's why the market rejected, and boom, look what happened. Big profit. You could have got in the trade up here. Just from knowing that little information, you could have got in the trade here. If you didn't like that trade, that's fine. What you could have waited on is for momentum to be on your side. So really, technically, you would have had a better trade here, or a safer trade. More probability would have been in your favor right here. So if you look right on this candle, market dropped immediately on the next candle, moved sideways, came back up to test, boom, dropped off. So depending on what time frame you're trading, depending on what you're looking for, you go find great opportunities. It's just a matter of waiting, using multiple time frame analysis and just checking and see what happens in the market. Now, you're probably wondering, does this work on the lower time frame? So let's test it out. Let's go to, let's say the 15, right? Let's go to 15. So we're going to look at this area, because the areas that you want to look to trade, you want to look at the cloud for a bounce off the cloud, a bounce off the red line, or a bounce off the blue line. So this is the area that you would want to focus on right in here. And also, if you don't use Ichimoku as a reference point, use fractals. Those fractals are very helpful. We know that this is a fractal level. So we know if price comes back to this level, we're going to look to trade here. And you see it did. So let's say we go back to, let's say we go to the, let's see, this is the 15. Let's say we go to the 5-minute time frame right here. All right, because we see with Ichimoku, we're above the cloud. So we're thinking bullish. All right. So let's go to the 5-minute here. So I'm going to assume that y'all are understanding what I'm showing y'all, because no one has said that they don't understand yet. So I'm going to assume that y'all get it. So right here, you see what's happening. Let's go a little closer. Let's see. Let's see if we have any divergence here. Take Ichimoku off so I can see a little clearly. Let's see. Let's zoom out a little bit. We have some divergence, actually. So if you look at it from here, from this point, you see that price is making higher lows, right? So if you look at the CVD, Notice what's happening here. You got that alligator mouth action going on. You got some hidden bullish divergence. This is the area where you would want to take your trade at, right in here. So if you were to take this, let's say you were using Ichimoku still, you're still underneath the cloud on the 5 minute, but on the 15 minute you're bullish. Remember, you always follow the direction of the higher time frame, right? So in this case, what you're looking at, you're looking to see where you're getting where you're going to get in at. You see that there's hidden bullish divergence. You already got that. Even though you see that sellers are coming in here, this means the sellers got absorbed at this level and that they couldn't win. So what ended up happening, your entry, let's see, based off the William percent R, your entry would have been either here, or if you're trading momentum, it would have been, let's see, where's it at? Right there, I think. Let me see. Let me make sure. Yeah, it would have been right here. This would have been your second entry had you missed this first one, because you got momentum now on your side. And so if you got in there on the second entry, you pretty much were in profit pretty much immediately after the next candle closed. So that once that candle closed, boom, you went right into profit, and then the market just shot up from here all the way here. And that would have been on the 5 minute time frame, that would have been a 20% profit trade, right, all the way up to here. But you're basing it off the 15-minute time frame. So you would have stayed in this trade because look, you're basing it on the higher time frame move. So that would have been your entry here. Look at you. You caught this whole thing up. So you could have taken all your profit, or you could have just chilled out right there. But notice what's happening on the 15. You might want to start thinking, take your profit. You see that sellers are coming in. Boom. This is going up. So you got hidden bearish divergence right there. So don't be so quick to take your profit. Sometimes you just move your stop loss up to profit. Don't move it to break even, because you want to be more than a break even trader. What you want to do is move it up to here, up to like maybe 2-3 candles behind, or maybe even right there, to let the market have some space to go. So if it does reverse on you, so let's say we put our stop loss right there. If the market reverses on us, that means most likely the market may come back down or test this area. But hey, either way, you made some good profit here. So let's see, you're still in this trade, and you're out of the trade right there, hit stop loss. So you made all this profit. You made, let's see, 14% right there. You see that bearish divergence, and you see the sell-off starting to happen. This is how you use multiple time frame analysis with Ichimoku. You go with the overall direction with Ichimoku. If price is above the cloud, you're looking to go long. If price is below the cloud, you're looking to go short. The other part that you want to pay attention to is make sure that the smaller time frame is in alignment with the higher time frame. So if the higher time frame is saying it's bullish, but the lower time frame is saying it's bearish, wait till there's bullish confirmation for you before you take the trade on the smaller time frame. That's the trick to trading multiple time frame analysis with Ichimoku. Make sure it lines up, and make sure you know your levels. So the levels that you want to pay attention to most of all is these fractals. These fractals are going to help you find good trades. The red line is going to help you find some trades. The price likes to hug the red line and bounce off the red line. And my personal favorite is trading on the blue line. The blue line and the fractals are my most favorite trades, because that's where you make the most profit. Especially if you know the wave theory. Like there's an S wave. The reason why I would have known the market was going to look to go up here, because we had an S wave right here with divergence on the smaller time frame. So this would have been a great trading opportunity, right? Just right here alone. So that's why you gotta, the more you know, the better, and the stronger your trading will be. if you just know those simple little things. But here's the S wave. Take your trade here based off the smaller time frame. You could even just stayed on this time frame and caught the trade. But if you want to get like a better entry, of course you're gonna want to come to a smaller time frame and look for the trade, and boom, take it. All right. Any questions, concerns, or comments? I just want to hear y'all's thoughts. What y'all think about today's lesson? Give me some feedback. Y'all can watch the playback just to make sure y'all understand what's being said. And if you don't, hey, that's fine too. Either way, you still learn something. But I'm glad that y'all came through today for this lesson. I appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here. If you have any topics or anything that you would like me to discuss in the future, let me know, because I will definitely discuss those topics in the future. If you want to join the Discord, let me give y'all the Discord group link in the chat real quick. It's got to go to both YouTube and Twitch. You said A plus. Okay, Eric. Thanks for that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Why did it? That's strange. So I don't know why it's acting up, but it gave me the link for Twitch. So I don't know why it might be lagging. So just give it a little bit of time. It'll come up. But the link for Discord is in the chat. So if you want to join the Discord group, go ahead and join the Discord group. If you want to be a member to the channel and take your trading to the next level, you want to be a student, definitely consider being a member. I also give trading setups and signals in the student Discord, and have one-on-one education as well if you want to have one-on-one training and be a legendary member. Also, I will be doing member-only live streams in the future. And also, I will be having member-only comments sometimes as well. So if you want to be have like a request, for your trading, or have a thought on a chart that you're not, strong with, definitely consider that as well, like a request as well. That being said, I appreciate y'all being here. Y'all be blessed in Jesus' name, and I will see y'all in the next live. Peace.